Baby, you know this is a safe place to talk. Sit down next to me on the sofa. Let me hear all about it, and then I can make it all go away. How does that sound? Good boy. Baby, you're so beautiful, so handsome. Don't let anyone say otherwise. It's okay, baby. Look at me. You are enough, and you did all you could. And I'm so proud of you. Can you look at me again? Baby. It's okay. Take a nice deep breath in. Hold it and let it out. Is it okay if I hypnotize you? Just like before. Would you like that, baby? Good boy. Just look deeply into my eyes. Good. Deeply into my eyes. So obedient. Eyes open and sleep. Eyes open and sleep. And eyes open and sleep. And eyes open and sleep. And even deeper for me. Good boy. Eyes open. And just go back down. Knowing I have you in my arms. Baby. Just go deeper. 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 Eyes open. Cute. Looking so floaty. So fake. You don't need to think. Just sink. You want me to melt your mind. And I bet that's what you want, baby. You had such a long day. And you don't need to think. Just sink. Just focus on my voice. And let me guide you into this feeling. This feeling you've been craving all week. Just my voice. Just my words. And let go. You don't need to think. Empty boys like you don't need to think. Let me think for you. You want me to think for you. You want me to think for you. Because empty boys like you don't need to think. Empty boys like you don't need to think. In fact, every time you hear this phrase, you'll be reminded that empty boys like you don't need to think. They obey. They obey. And you want to obey, right? Empty boys like you don't need to think. And I bet you want to be my empty baby. So deep and sinking without a care in the world, knowing I am going to bring you deeper until your brain is gone, right? Good. Just nodding for me. Yes. So easy to agree with me, right? Yes. Empty boys like you don't need to think. They obey, right? Yes. I want you to open your eyes and stare without a care in the world, knowing every time I snap, you go deeper and deeper. I know how much you love to stare. You don't have to think about it too much. In fact, you are just an empty, vacant little thing, right? Just doing as you're told, baby, right? You want to be commanded. Empty boys like you don't need to think. Just close your eyes and go deeper. You love it when I command you. Following, focusing on all my instructions, because you will, you want, you need to follow, to let it happen. You want to be empty, right? Good, yes. You want to obey, right? Good, yes. Good boys obey, right? Good, yes. Empty boys like you don't need to think. Just follow and listen and obey, right? Yes, such a vacant, empty little thing, and you love it, right? Perhaps you notice you don't remember all my words, and that's okay. You can just let them go into your subconscious and outside the other ear. And it's okay to have thoughts here and there. It's as if you're following down the yellow brick road, and every once in a while you see something on the side. But you keep following the yellow brick road. It comes and goes as fast, redirecting your focus on me. Every time that thought just flies by, back on that yellow brick road. Empty boys like you don't need to think. I want you to find every time I say empty boys like you don't need to think, you will respond. Empty boys don't need to think. Maybe making you more empty and deep, and you want that. You want to be completely gone, right? Good, yes. Empty boys like you don't need to think. Good boy. Just letting go deeper for me. With every word I say, you want to go deeper. You need to go deeper for me. The more you feel this deeper feeling, the more you surrender to it. And the more you surrender to it, the more you feel this feeling. Vacant, empty boys like you don't need to think. Blank, empty boys like you don't need to think. Deeper for me, baby. Melting like ice cream in the summer. Empty boys like you don't need to think. I'm going to count down 10 to 1. And with every number that I count, you will go deeper. 10. Empty boys like you don't need to think. 9. That's it. Just empty for me. Knowing you'll go deeper for me. 8. The more you feel this feeling, the deeper you surrender to it. 7. The deeper surrender to it, the more you feel this feeling. Empty boys like you don't need to think. Six, no thoughts, just my voice. My voice are your thoughts. 5, further and further. Empty boys like you don't need to think. 4, just following the yellow brick road. 3, empty boys like you don't need to think. 2, further and further. 1, sleep. That's it. You're my perfect, melted little thing. Not a care in the world. Vacant, ready to obey and do as I desire. And I bet you want that, right? Because my voice is your thoughts, right? I won't do anything today. I just wanted your world to be my voice for a little bit. And I know you love these feelings. And I always love making you feel this way. Vacant, empty, mindless, open and obedient. Empty boys like you don't need to think. Good. But it's time to wake up. And I'll count you up on the count of 5. Feeling refreshed, happy, and loved, and able to think. Knowing I will always be here when you need it. 1, rising up. 2, a little bit faster. 3, halfway there. 4, almost there. And 5, wide awake. Good morning, sleepyhead. How are you feeling?